Morning, men, brothers. I'm out here on a little walk. Got over here to above the golf course. It's kind of a pretty area here. It got me thinking about how God blessed man to create, design, and make things beautiful. But it's God-given. And I was thinking of that verse in Genesis 1:26. Let's make man in our image. Well, he's spirit, and we are flesh and blood. And yet, the things that we do have a similarity of what God did when he created the heavens and the earth. We just kind of rearrange things a little bit. We don't realize it, but it's under his direction. And so then we need to acknowledge him in all thy ways. And that's really important to do. And I was thinking about when we present the gospel to others, that we need to make sure that they understand that it's not by works of righteousness which we have done, but by his mercy he saved us. It is he that has chosen us out of the world. You know, he says in John 15:18 and 19, if the world hates you, know that it hated me before it hated you. If you're of the world, it would love its own, but because I have chosen you out of the world hates you. That makes us separated. And the thing is, we're sanctified, we're justified by what Jesus did and by God giving us spiritual life so that we could hear the message of the gospel. Until he gave us spiritual life, it was impossible for us to do that. So it comes down to our salvation is a miracle, a total miracle of God. Nothing on our part. And sometimes people look at Paul and say, he must have had a lot of self-control. But the fact is, if you look at, it's 1 Corinthians chapter 7, and the first 6 verses, he's talking why we need to be married, so lust won't pull us into sin. And then the 7th verse, he talks about himself. He says, I wish that all would have the gift as I, but each his own gift. And what was his gift? He'd go anywhere in the world and preach the gospel, even to beautiful women, without wanting to take them to bed. And he said, that is a gift of God. It's not self-control. And also the thing we need to think about is, if it is self-control, in 2 Timothy 1:7, God says, I didn't give you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. That sound mind, a big part of it is self-control. So even the self-control that we have, it might be a measure of faith above someone else. It is from God. Someone else might not have that, and they struggle with various things. But it again comes down to the measure of gift of faith that God gives somebody. And anyway, I was thinking about those things today, and I appreciate what Rick said to remind us the power of the Lord and the majesty of the Lord. And it's just amazing when you look at her and consider his way, and it's just wonderful to be attached to some brethren that understand that, and that God is growing mightily, and that I'm confident of this very thing. The work that he's begun in you, he will complete when he comes back. That's Philippians 1:6, my version. Anyway, God bless you guys, and we'll talk at you later. I guess I won't be seeing you guys, some of you guys, till next fall. We're heading north, be praying for us. The church I'm going to be preaching at, there's a lack of love for the lost and for others. And I'm going to be preaching through 1 John, seeing if God will correct some of that in them. Otherwise, it's kind of a dead church. All right. God bless you guys. Have a good summer.